Okay, we are live.
Awesome.
Everybody be careful where they look. Bob isn't wearing pants.
Nope. I like traditions.
So, hello, Merdul, Kevin. Hello, Bunny. Hi. Holly. Hello. Greg. Hello. And Grasshopper. Hello.
Hey, Grasshopper. I'm echoing. How can you echo
Sound
when you're
okay
not
to me, but I don't know. Hi, Kiwi.
when you're not talking? How can you echo? Just asking.
Well, if you don't have pants on, you never know what's going to echo.
Yeah, that is a big draft.
Hi, Sky Dancer. So, I think Skipper's not going to be. Oh, that's a good one.
He said.
I think Skipper's probably not going to be in because I don't think he's feeling really good.
He said in Dan's stream he had to work because he had life stuff going on. You know he had a death in the family, right?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't in the Sunday night stream.
Oh,
He told me later, message the next morning or something. I don't know any details other than who and how. That's
I'm
kind of
sorry to
like,
hear that.
huh?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm going to throw the link up if anybody wants to join us. Just make sure you have pants on. We're only allowed to have one pantsless person per stream.
Why do they call them pants instead of pant?
Because they got two legs usually.
Oh, it was Merdil that was echoing.
Hey, Skull. Hi, Jessica Socks. So I'm not sure how long I'll go tonight. I'm not feeling like the best all day today.
Well,
But I'm going to try to hang in there. I didn't get anything finished to sell tonight, which I should be doing because I have a broke down truck sitting out in front of the house with no way to go to town for anything. And town is too far to walk from me. But
Pam, a good little 17-mile walk would do you good.
yeah, I probably wouldn't even make it.
Right.
I'm old, and out of shape. So yeah, I need to raise money to fix my truck, but tonight's not going to be the night because I'm just not feeling that good.
Get it, panting pants, the pants on while panting. I'll walk myself out. See you later, Myrtle. Mm-mm.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Socks I get because there's two. Oh hell no! I don't have any sweetener, just one pack. Yazzie, call a code.
Yeah, it's just, hey, Skipper, I hope you're feeling better.
Hey, Skipper.
I'm worried about Skipper, and I'm really worried about Ed
And Maria's sick.
and Maria. Yeah,
She's out of
somebody
all three
else said they
streams.
were sick too. Who else was it?
Maria's sick in bed. She's
Oh, it
promised to
was
come.
the White Chipmunks. Janice, she wasn't feeling too good either.
Yeah, she's back in bed too. And Maria's supposed to go to the doctor tomorrow. Damn it. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Eric.
Derek, there's a link out there.
Yeah, I'll put it up again if you want to come up. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you're welcome to come up.
Come up and waste an hour or two of your life. Hey, Daniel.
Here we go. Daniel, hello.
Technically, Merdule could come up there, but I don't want it to count as my time with him.
Verdule, you can come up. Hi, Xanadu. So, yeah, a lot of people aren't feeling good right now. I'm not feeling good, and the weather's been absolutely atrocious here with
You
high
sent it.
winds and low temperatures.
You sent it to me, Skipper, or Pam?
What?
Said I sent him a new Facebook message to tell you the new shit
Oh,
that's
I haven't
going on.
looked at my Facebook. He must have.
I haven't looked at it since this morning because I was at the Ark. I looked at their Facebook, but getting a lot of dogs adopted.
Oh, my goodness. He did send me a message.
No, you'll have to let me know what's going on. So
That's pretty awful. I'm sorry, Skipper.
I think it's what he told me then, because that was awful. So I would, but I got work in the morning, so I can't stay long. Well, nobody asked you to spend the night, Derek. Right?
Yeah, like I said, I might not be on for very long because I have not been doing good a lot today at all. It's been one of those days where my old age is catching up with me, I guess.
I thought that said Xanalude, not Quaalude. Yes, I know about such things. Not quite did. Where Merdule said Xanadude. Mismatched socks. Oh, did you see that? Merdule said he'll come
that's
up on
awesome.
next
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I'll kind of figure on having you up next Wednesday, and I'll put you in my thumbnail.
I've asked several people, Merdule, but one's too shy and one hasn't acknowledged I asked. And we put our heads together last night, Maria, Stephanie, and I, and came up with some good prospects.
Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. Oh, Patrick, I am treating all the platies, the ones I already had in that tank, the red high fin and the blues, and the new ones I got for you and me with General Cure. Because they eat good, but they are not putting on weight. Holly. Jesus. She caught Daniel's senile disorder thing. So that's why I haven't sent them. Jess, howdy, you're up late. But this coffee's not going to taste good.
Hi, Jess.
What part, Holly? It's all right, but it needs 2 more sweeteners in it. Did you get my reply, Skull? I think you did. Have you been able to get anybody to look at your truck, Pam?
No, I don't know anybody. Look, I got to get it to the mechanic, but I can't really take it to the mechanic if I don't have any money, so it's just kind of sitting there right now. It's
Hey,
just
Ian.
pain. Hi, Ian. So, like I say, I got to get busy and get some. Probably Saturday, I'll have a few
Oh,
small
okay.
auction and stuff.
Cool.
I got to get everything going because, yeah, I need the truck. I can't do anything without it.
Yep. That cuts back on the part-time lot lizard stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Dee Dee told me she took
Back
younger.
on everything. I can't go to town at all. I can't do anything.
No.
It's kind of like stuck at my house.
Are you like far out from town?
Yeah, I live right on the edge of town, but it'd be a good 5 mile walk to get to
Oh,
anything.
Lord, no.
5 miles each way, and I'm telling you right now that
I'm not that far from town. I'm probably 2 or 2.5 miles from
Hey,
downtown.
Derek.
Hey, Pam. Hey, Bob.
Hey. Howdy. Did you see what
What's up?
Patrick said, Pam?
He said he had something for the end of the month. He's been saying that, but he hasn't said what it is.
Go ahead and tell her, Patrick. We made a deal.
5
Hey, Patrick.
miles in the way. Yeah, well, it's right now. It's like actually it's gonna snow again in a couple days, but I ain't walking 5 miles
man.
for anybody.
Break out your snowshoes.
Make it.
Excuses.
I'm too damn old to try to walk 5 miles each way.
That was karma real quick. I dropped my coffee grounds in the floor.
Y'all got snow. We got rain down here.
Yeah.
We have been right now it's 27 degrees,
That's nice
and
one.
we have been for the last 2 days.
Mhm.
We've been having like 40-mile-an-hour winds with 80-mile wind gusts. So yeah, it's been kind of miserable. I don't even know what that makes the wind chill factor with that high wind. I don't care. It's just damn cold. That's all there is to it. Damn cold outside.
Sometimes.
How many people are in here?
I know.
It's 17 that came in.
Yeah, sheltering. Oops. Derek dropped off. Sheltering is what I'm doing, and like I said, I certainly can't go anywhere without my truck anyway, but especially not in this weather.
No.
Sorry. Signal interference.
I wish I had kept my bicycle. I didn't ride it, but I mean, I could if I had to in a pinch.
Yeah, I was wishing that I had my bicycle because I used to, when I lived in Montana, I didn't have a car for a while, and I'd ride my bike everywhere and get what I needed, but
Yeah.
I don't, and I had baskets on the back and everything, but I don't have it anymore.
I got my niece's husband to take it because he was talking about he couldn't jog anymore because of his knees and he was gaining weight, and he was. So I gave him the bike. It was a Schwinn, I think. It was a nice bike. Old.
That's one of the. A little bit of a rare bike there.
Is it?
I think.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I had a store full of them when I bought it 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I know.
I just had a cheap bike. My daughter had a really good bike that she didn't want anymore, and I gave it away, but I don't remember what it was now, but it was a really expensive one.
Hey, Skull Aquatic says 24 watching.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. We had like 17 in the stream today, Pam. It went up, but
Is that all we had? I didn't pay any attention.
it started out like that, but then it went up like 31 or 33, and then we started showing our cats. People started leaving, and I'm like, well, screw y'all. I don't care if you like cats or not. Pam wasn't showing Mario for obvious reasons, but Christopher was showing his cats, and I was showing this new one.
Hello.
beautiful Pam looking.
I did see it. I just don't know what to say, Patrick, because I still don't know what it is. You just said you had something. You and Bob were doing something.
Yep.
IJB.
GRB.
When my daughter got Lyme's disease, her knees swelled up really bad, really, really bad, and she couldn't ride her bike. And even a year later, after we'd kind of got rid of the Lyme's disease, her knees still hurt too bad to ride her bike. So,
Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease, yeah.
Yeah.
So what we did, and I don't know if she remembers this or not, but what I did is we would just go, like, when we moved to Montana, we would go to, like, the end of the driveway and back again. And then a little bit further, and a little bit further, and a little bit further. And we'd go down. Finally, we were able to go down the road, and I'd stop and wait for her and everything. And then eventually she got back. She got to where she could ride her bike just fine.
Oh.
But then the problem was she didn't even take in consideration. I mean, this took like 6 months, right, before she could really go on a bike ride with me.
Wow.
And the problem was she had a 30-speed and I didn't. I just had a regular bike. And pretty soon she was like leaving me behind all the time. And I'm like, what the hell? I spent so much patience with her, getting her up to where she could, ride her bike, and then she just leaves me behind.
Yeah.
That's how kids are.
Right to the curb.
Yeah, kick me to the curb.
$300 for a bike? That sounds pretty good, actually.
Bikes are expensive.
That's what my Schwinn cost back then, I remember. And I'm like, well, it's aluminum, and
I don't remember what kind of bike that Megan had, but I had left hers behind on Cape Cod when we left there. I moved Scal's Corner, Dreamweaver High, but when we got to Montana, the neighbor lady, who was in her 80s, had gotten a bike, a really expensive one. I don't remember what brand it was, but it was a really nice one. And she was riding it, and it had handbrakes. And she was going down the hill and didn't know how to use handbrakes. And she hit the handbrakes too hard and flipped herself over. So she parked it in her garage and hadn't touched it for 10 years. Hi, GRB. So she gave it to Megan, and we took it into the bike shop and got, the tires fixed and all that stuff from it sitting in the garage. But it was a nice bike. But like I say, it was a 3-speed. I remember that. And because where we lived, we always got that silicone stuff that you could put in the tires, and they spin it around, and it kept the tires from going flat. It'd fill up the holes if you got a hole in your tire, because we had a lot of goat's head on in the driveway and on the sides of the roads and stuff. So cost a little bit extra to get that, but we got it on both of our bikes. What it was if you got like a puncture in the tire and it started going flat, you could turn the bike upside down and then spin the wheels, and it would distribute itself and plug the hole.
Oh, nice GRB. What does he think of those lizards? Those skinks. Come here.
I can hardly hear you, Bob.
Because I was in the floor. I can't hardly hear
That's
you
cool,
either.
GRB.
I hear
There's
Derek
Fuzzy.
fine.
Huh. I can hear me just fine.
I bet you can. You're about half the volume that he is.
Okay. What's going on?
That's pretty cool, GRB.
Yeah, that was cool.
Hey, Diane.
Merdul says that he can hear all of us fine. I just can't hear Bob really loud. You're clear, but you aren't very loud.
Well, I guess you want me to put those damn ear things in, but I'm not. Just read my lips.
Oh, there's Yachty.
That's never a good idea with Bob.
I don't know.
Dreamfish Keeping, hello. I think I said hi to Lady Diane. I've got a bit of a headache.
Hey, Lady Diane.
My stomach has been
Dreamfish
churning
Keeping.
all day. So.
Ugh.
And I got my coffee, and I
not-
don't have coffee. My coffee is on the stove cooking right now.
Ooh, don't let it burn. Been there, done that. Not pleasant.
I know. I have to reheat the coffee to the point where there was nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before. But I have, I use a French press, but it's like all metal. So a lot of times, which is what I'm doing right now, I'll just put it directly on the stove and make
That's good.
coffee in the French press on the stove. Hi, Joseph.
Joe Stan. You can't hear me. Brother, because I'm here.
That's right, Merdul. That's right. Everybody run. I'm waiting for my coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yahtzee. Or Yazzie. Yazzie.
Oh, he was a hellion a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Gibby's going to end up killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they can't hear me, Joe Stan.
The new kitty?
Can you hear me, Joe Stan?
Okay, Skipper says he can't hear Bob now.
All these old people
Yeah,
can't hear me.
I can hear him, but he's real soft.
Yeah.
Like, really
Always
low.
real soft now.
Yeah, I can barely hear him for some reason. I don't know.
If I could reach my ear things, I would put them on, but when it's time I get up, I'll get them.
Hey, Chewy. Bunny Viper.
Chips and spinach.
Hey, Bunny.
Count as oh yeah, Bunny. Counts as 2 vegetables. I made a cheesecake a while ago. Oh my God, it made me so sick.
Texas pecan coffee. Oh my gosh, that sounds good.
Cheese steak.
Yeah, I used some.
Just be careful, because I'm going to be out of creamer in a few days, and I can't get to town till I get my truck fixed. So I'm slowly going to be in a killing everybody mood. But I have a little bit of creamer left, so.
Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I said I made some cheesecake a while ago, and it made me so sick during Dan's.
Oh.
I got the idea I could take
Cheesecake.
Philadelphia brand cream cheese with blueberries in it, and I spread it real thick on a graham cracker. Oh my God.
That sounds wonderful.
It was, but I don't have an electrolyte left in me.
I thought you said cheese steak. I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
No, cheesecake.
It really wasn't, but I pretended it
Chewy.
was. French press. Ooh, Diane roasts her own coffee. I bet that smells good.
If he was skinny with his ribs showing, he probably was a stray than GRB still.
Yeah, most likely a stray.
No, I'm not moving anymore.
Or lost, totally.
Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can't hear Pam.
You can't hear me?
Huh?
You can't hear me?
That's better.
Huh.
It sounds like you've got marbles in your mouth.
Oh.
I would love some cheesesteak. I haven't had any for a long time.
Let's say you better stock up coffee, toilet paper, and smokes. Yep.
Yeah, if I go to town, I mean, I don't have any money anyway right now to go to town, but when I go to town, if I don't have my trucks fixed, I'll have to call a taxi, and that's going to cost me a good $20. So, but if I get desperate, I'll do that. But hopefully, I'll be able to make it till I scrounge up enough money to get my truck fixed.
I don't know.
Lady Diane wants somebody to look at her most recent short because she's afraid of what's in her tank.
Well, I don't want to see it either if it's scary.
We don't
Is it
have
worm?
Uber here.
Yeah.
Hey, Kiwi.
There's 2 different taxi services,
Ooh,
but no Uber.
got real cheesecake. Damn it.
So I have been craving some pizza. Real pizza.
Quit talking about
And
food because I'm kind of stuck at home and can't get anything unless I do a
I can give you about a virtual pizza, Pam.
We do have
I don't know if you have Uber.
what's it called, DoorDash. Dang, they're expensive.
Oh, you're okay? Oh.
Yes.
DoorDash, they charge you.
We don't even have Uber Eats down here.
Delivery and a tip, of course, which I don't mind, and taxes and stuff. Then plus, thank you, Skipper. I know I'm going to do it. I'm going to do an auction
Thanks,
Saturday.
Skipper.
I'll probably have to do one for every time. I was going to do one tonight too, but probably going to have to do one for every time I stream for a few weeks to raise up enough money to get my truck fixed.
Skipper said for the truck fund, do a damn auction.
Awesome, Skipper.
Leeches can usually come off of plants, especially if they've been outside at all. And they are extremely hard to get rid of. I'll just warn you that right now. There's no quick fix for leeches. I had them in one of my tanks, and what I ended up doing was taking everything that I wanted out of the tank and basically nuking it with a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, which killed the leeches and every plant that I had in the tank.
Thank you, Diane.
So everything alive got killed by the hydrogen peroxide, but that's the only. I tried everything. So. Oh, dang, Nola. Thank you, Lady Diane.
Damn
Tim,
Texas.
Did you see Skipper's super chat?
Yes, I did. I said thank you.
Okay, see, I can't hear shit.
Yeah,
so.
he said it was for the truck fund.
Yeah.
And Lady Diane's is for a cup of coffee.
You can go to Starbucks twice.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I've been to Starbucks like once in a
while. Brought in leeches with driftwood. Yeah, they can get into driftwood too. Yep, that's basically it, Bunny. Like I say, I tried everything. I tried like heavy salt, and I tried everything. And the only thing, and finally, I got so tired of messing with the tank, and I had fish and stuff in it. So I finally caught a couple leeches and put them in. Hi, Elizabeth, Florida Fish Rescue. What I ended up doing was catching a couple of the leeches and putting them in one of those hang on the side cups in the tank water. And then I kept experimenting, trying different stuff. And the only thing I could find that would kill them was hydrogen peroxide, but it took a lot. So basically, I just got the fish out of there and nuked the tank. I mean, it was a 10-gallon tank, and I poured in a full bottle of hydrogen peroxide, and it bubbled so hard that even the sponge filter floated up to the surface. And I'm sure it, it killed everything, all the good bacteria and everything. But I hate those leeches, so I had to do it. So basically, I had to start the whole tank over
Yeah.
again because I just basically killed the tank. But within like 15 minutes of pouring the hydrogen peroxide in there, leeches started popping, dead leeches started popping up to the surface. So it did kill them. And they don't really hurt anything. They don't get on the fish or anything like that. But I just couldn't stand looking at them. To be honest with you, it was like gross. Yeah, you can also bait them with food and then pull the food out, but you're still going to have them in there because they lay eggs in the substrate and multiply. Yeah, they probably won't hurt your guppies or your plecos at all, but it's just the point that they're gross. So it's up to you, but I'll just warn you right now, they are not easy to kill. They are not easy to kill.
What's not easy to kill?
Leeches.
Why would you want to kill
I guess if they are in a cichlid tank, they probably would eat them. I don't know. Because I've heard of using leeches like for fishing bait.
No, an airstone won't make any difference. They'll still survive. They'll just go into like the nooks and crannies and all that stuff. Hey, Chappie, how are you doing?
Chappie.
I'll throw a link up if you want to come up.
Oh, I can hear. Wow. And I bet you can hear me too.
He's probably at work, but if you want to come up and say hi, you are, of course, welcome to.
Under the John.
You can ride a horse with spots, but not with stripes. Interesting.
I haven't seen that tidbit yet. I must be behind.
Oh.
He's doing karaoke.
And he says, Bob, put on some pants.
I ain't. If you ain't coming, I definitely ain't. Later for that. Not wearing any shoes.
What do you do with your striped horses? I don't know.
I've seen some striped horses before that were like crossed with the zebras.
You know, those were real popular like 122 years ago. A lot of the British people, still didn't have cars, of course. They had the hybrid zebra horses. The stylish folks do. I saw it on YouTube, so I know it's accurate.
I went to a roundup one time where they were rounding up all their horses to move them to another pasture, and they had a couple zebra mixed. They were pretty ugly and poorly built, but they had stripes on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're like mules. It depends on which parent is which. Here he goes.
Yep.
Yazzie.
I think they call them Hebrews or something like that.
Hebrews.
Hebrews, or a horse and
Hebrews.
a cross.
Damn it. Yazzie. They were laying about a foot from each other a while ago. No worries. There's something wrong with you, Yazzie. Go get in your bed.
Right to see.
He's mad at that same cat, Ruby. I remember that far back, right? I've got an excellent memory, Judge Sam. You know, I saw a video. They actually had a video like 1900. Some people
Hi, Jenny Lynn.
a wagon and they had two zebra horses pulling it. Guys, all that. Me too. Azores, a Hebrew.
I think it's a Hebrew, if I remember right.
I'd like to have a couple out there in the woods.
But these
I mean,
particular ones were pretty ugly. They were built like shit. They had, awful looking heads and stuff. But yeah,
I've heard of the zebra donkey cross.
yeah, I think they'll cross them with mules, or not mules.
It's either donkeys or mules or something like that.
Mules are usually sterile.
That's right.
What's the other one I'm trying to think of? Not a donkey, but a burro.
Night Skipper. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, I hope you get to feeling better, Skipper. And I'm sorry about your cousin.
Hmm.
And I hope you're back. I hope you've got a doctor's appointment pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And that disc is not going to wait. Mm-hmm.
Are you heading for bed too, Joseph? Everybody's heading out already. Of course, I admit I'm kind of boring tonight since I'm not feeling the bestest.
I'm gonna head up, or else I'll be up all.
Put on a little burlesque or something, Pam.
I'll have to get out my pole.
Your pole.
Yeah, do a little bit of pole dancing.
With the tassels, the matching tassels.
My tassels, yep.
Just good a tasket.
Uh-huh. Story time? I don't know.
If anyone's boring, it's duck in the upper right-hand corner. I know, huh?
Hmm.
It's my way of saying duck you.
Half a jar of spinach dips definitely counts as a
I don't know. If you get the paid version, you can replace it with your logo or something.
Yeah, I know. I have the paid version off and on, but I haven't for a little while yet. And I won't for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like number one on my list of things to do right now is to get my truck fixed so that I am once again mobile. Because I don't know anybody in town here, so.
Yeah, I just paid
So when my truck broke down, I'm just pretty well stuck and can't do anything.
I didn't hear you, Derek.
I just paid $60 to reinstate my cell phone service today.
Pam, how did you end up out in the middle of nowhere anyway? asking for fans.
Originally, I ended up here because I couldn't find a place to rent with Buddy because so many
Mm-hmm.
to rent have like the list of 6 breeds that you cannot have, and German Shepherds are one of them, which is just absolutely
Yeah.
stupid. But yeah,
But I mean, all the way to Laramie, you had to go there to find a place?
yeah. I was trying to find a place in Cheyenne because that's where my job was, but I couldn't. I finally found a place in Laramie, which is an hour's drive, but I wasn't going to get rid of Buddy. You know that
Mm-hmm.
feeling, Bob. If it came to a choice of, driving to work or getting rid of your dog, you're gonna take the long drive to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the road less traveled. I would show you some rocks, but it'd be too much for you. These rocks right here.
Mm.
I've been wanting to do a video on them. I'll just wait.
What kind of rocks?
They're the ones that
Now you have my curiosity up.
you've never seen them before, Pam. That's for sure.
Mm.
They're the blue something. The ones Rob was talking about after the stream a couple of weeks ago. So I went in there and bought a bunch of them. I bought 4 big ones. I want to be able to show what they look like in the water, though. Here sucks. Let me move some stuff around. Somebody needs to get in here and organize all this shit. Get it straightened up.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody.
I know Merdul. He's like fishing around down below him, talking about rocks. That could be bad.
Yeah.
They are blue. I'll tell you that.
That's not good.
Told you that they're blue. Not be enough light. I don't know. I think what
Blue
I'm
rocks.
going to do is just show one and then dip them in the tank because that's where they're going anyway. I've got to take some other rocks out though. No, there's no way I can do this. Shit. And it look right. No way. Let me look here.
That's right, Alex. And there was no way I was going to get rid of my dog just so I could find a place to rent. So I finally found this place that's out of town.
Mm-hmm.
See that I almost stood up. Naked. Almost.
No.
What smell am I doing?
Fake plants? Come on. I'm just going to sit here. Now, this is some nice plants.
Mm-hmm. I need to get somewhere I've got a package of seeds for some plants, and if I can find the seeds and get them going, I'll send some to you, Bob, but
What kind of seeds?
they'll have to go in a terrarium because they do best in a terrarium. They're those I got a package of seeds somewhere for those polka dot plants.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want some of those.
And I just got to find which drawer I put them in because I want to get them started this spring. But they do best in like a terrarium or someplace that holds in the moisture.
I'm gonna see if y'all can see this. I can't. I think the light's too poor in here to tell what's going on with them. Let's see. You're completely correct. Nubius. Yeah, those endlers are merciless. How come you've got me up there like that?
Well, you were gonna like show us your rocks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave just for that.
See, there you go.
Just for that.
Oh wow, those look cool.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
when they're wet, they really. Let me see if I can drop one down in this tank without breaking everything.
I like that.
I got 4 of them, and I'm gonna take the rocks that are in here out. Maybe that'll sit right there.
Oh wow, they got a
Ooh.
lot of blue in them. That's neat.
Mm.
And see the difference when they're dry. And I'm gonna take those things out and put some of them back there around that sponge filter.
Mm.
You know how
That's
hard it is to make no jokes about getting your rocks off? I'm being really good. I hope you appreciate it.
Yeah.
See how much purple they've got? That real light blue and then purple.
Hey,
Mm.
ABC.
Yep. Got 4 of
What
them.
type of rock is that, Bob?
I forget now what he called it.
Hmm.
It's
Those
either
are
purple
really
or
pretty.
it's real
Really pretty.
soft. It's soft. You can cut it with a knife.
Uh,
You can
Hmm.
carve it like wood.
kind of like a soapstone type of thing.
Maybe. It's not a
Something like that.
soapstone though. Yeah, I picked out my favorite
Wow, really
4.
nice.
Isn't that pretty? It looks like a bat or a bird or something flying. Something.
Mm-hmm. Almost reminds me of blue camo.
I don't know. Rob showed us after the live stream a couple of weeks ago. Said he'd got it in. Of course, when I went in, I bought him out. Half of it anyway.
Those are really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Get some good light on them.
Wow.
Yep. And they're real. I mean, they're not fake anything. This one's real pretty. I remember when we wet it on the sun. Stop. You get the idea.
Yeah,
It's got
those
like
are awesome.
it's got a crystal, I think, in there, like a clear crystal. Anyway, I don't remember if they're called purple or blue. They should be called purple, though.
Hmm.
Oh my God, I started to drink that prime.
Cool.
Patrick, one of your
He
fish
doesn't
died.
remember what kind of rocks they were. He got them from Rob's store.
Aquatic aesthetics. Yeah.
Ah, okay. I'll search his string then.
He didn't show them on stream. He showed them after the Tennessee Fish Mafia panel stream when we were still backstage.
Ah.
Or he
Yeah.
told us, and somebody Googled him, and he said, "Yeah, that's it."
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, Nola. Right? If I broke that 33, I wouldn't be very
That's
happy.
cool. All right.
Yes, I can show him. And one of yours died. I see it here since I sit down. I haven't been sitting here all day. That's a male and a female. There's some more of them back there. There's one over
Yeah.
there, but there's one dead one down there. I don't know
Oh,
what happened with that.
Yep. I gotta go. I should get into bed. Thanks for having me up, fam. Bob.
okay.
See
Thanks
you,
for coming
Derek.
on. Have a good one.
Later.
See you later.
Good night. But yeah, see, they're not fattening up anymore. I'm going to do general cure. I actually ought to do that while I'm sitting here. There's several more. I mean, there's several in here. They're really pretty. They're just the Variotas or whatever. Maybe that one is just the one that had to die. You know. All right.
You ought to think I'd be able to do some kind of special aquascape showing off those rocks.
Well, I was going to do like an unboxing of them. I was going to take those ugly algae covered ones over there out and put them in with the goldfish. The goldfish will have that blackbeard algae gone in a day off of those.
Bunny
Oh,
said she still didn't hear where the rocks came from.
Bunny, Ivy, they came from Aquatic Aesthetics. Rob has them. It's on the Sunday night panel at his store.
I think my coffee's done, Bob. I'm going to put you up by yourself for a minute.
Uh-huh. I'll monitor everybody. Don't worry.
Okay.
If she comes back, I'll Google what they are. Well, it's blue platies that it, and I found it Petco, and then I found some more of them. These are two males. I forget what they're called. Blue lanterns, I think. I bet she'll take a nap before she comes back. Knowing her. Well, I got what you asked for, Patrick, and then I got me a group larger than that, so I don't know, because I don't remember how many I got. There's plenty of them in here, though. See, they're everywhere. But no matter how many died, you'll still get yours. It's weird that one died. Everybody else is fine. Every other fish in there. Hey, Big D. What's up? Damn, is a box of rocks. My mother used to say dumb as a sack of nails. It's about the same IQ, I bet. Check out these rocks, Big D. Actually, on the stream that we had earlier today, the picture I used was of these Variotas and the red Variotas in the store before I ever got them. I forgot that. Yeah, they're purple, aren't they? Yeah. I need some aquascape ideals.
Yep, they
Sure.
need to be shown off for sure.
Well, next time the police correct me, I'm going to tell them you said they should be shown off. Oh, you mean these purple? Gotcha. Yeah, they do, don't they? They're not. They're hard. He was going to show me with his pocket knife, and I'm like, no, don't shave any of these. bother them.
Thank you, Merdule.
Pam ever makes it back.
I've
But
been back. Can he not
how
hear
come
me?
I can't hear you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. See, I got the chat up. Yeah, I see you. Guys, so turn that fan off. It's cool over here. Can't teach you anything. I'm going to go see if I can find the name of these rocks. I'll be right here listening, so don't act crazy. Don't act crazy.
I don't have to act crazy, Bob.
No act to it, huh?
That's it.
See, I think purple should be spelled Pirple. That's what I always type. Hmm. I see purple rocks,
Stream if anybody wants to come up.
but not these. You
I
can get them.
apologize because I'm a little bit quiet tonight because I haven't been feeling the best, but I'm here.
Right?
And I have coffee.
So I heard. Ooh, purple agate. That's not it, but that's pretty. Polished. This would be good to throw around them. They're dark purple, though. I can't find them. Percurite. Wonder if that's it.
Hi, Fish Streams. I hope everything's okay with you, doggo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he ships either, Bunny.
He shipped a beta one time to Monica Lynn. I think Ed assisted in that, though.
I wonder if he had shipped the stones, it wouldn't be the same as shipping fish.
He might. I shipped Diva, Madfish Diva, some rocks from there one time. I was doing a live stream a couple years ago. She's like, wait, go back, because he's got, really cool rocks. I sent her a box of rocks. Only one rock left in stock. Who the hell would buy one rock?
Oh, wow. What would you do with one rock?
It's genuine.
Not good.
It's purple fluorite. No, that won't do. Well, I'm afraid to say that I'm not finding it. But I'm still looking. Of course, most of the things that are purple are crystals and that kind of stuff. I've got an idea, Pam. Why don't you talk about fish?
Yeah, what about them?
Well,
I'm kind of
anything.
looking to see if I see any blue rocks, but all I see is like glass and stuff.
Yeah. Well, somebody found them, though, that night. It might have been Skipper or Stephanie. He was talking about them. Somebody found them. Active Kids. Why are purple rocks called Active Kids? Ooh, purple gemstone in a ring. I think I've got way off the assignment here. Mm-mm. All right, I'm gonna say purple and blue rocks. Maybe they are blue rocks. I'm sure this is titillating for the audience.
Yeah. Both of us are looking at rocks.
I don't know. Somebody got some new fish, I know. The ones I look at are not. Oh, is it lavender? Hmm. Your porn channel's burning up back there.
Actually, it's my kids messaging each other.
These kids need to be in bed. I'm
Well, I
looking
can't
by
find it. So I'm gonna go
lavender
read the
rock.
chat.
You know, he might have it. I wonder if he did an unboxing. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on. I'm okay in spirits. Don't
How
want to
is
be a dad.
Chattanooga Ed?
Is it here?
No, Patrick asked how he's doing.
Oh. He was messaging me, you know, in Dan's stream. He'd had a nap after he got home from the hospital, and he was trying to stay awake, and I'm like, no, go to sleep. And so he had just woke up in Dan's stream, and I'm like, you need to rest. And yeah, Sky Dancer, I got him from Aquatic Aesthetics from Rob's store. But he was talking to me, and I'm like, I'm modding in Dan's stream, meaning I can't really talk that much. I'm not ignoring you. So that's when he came in to Dan's.
Hi, ABC Aquatic.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hey, ABC.
What's going on? Hanging out in the fish room, watching some live stream. Did you find out what those rocks were called? Those are pretty cool.
No, we're still trying to figure them out.
Okay. When I came on the stream, you were first showing them. I thought they were made out of clay. I was like, those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they do look like that, don't they? I think I've got 4 of them. Yeah, I do. But when they're wet, they just light up like, you know,
Yeah.
turn on the light on them. I was like, they're okay. And then he poured some water on one. And I'm like, yep. And they picked me out some.
That's the trick to it. When I go to a lot of like gemstone and mineral shows and swaps and stuff, and
Yeah.
especially like the opals and stuff, I buy a lot of raw opal, and you know, the trick to it is they dunk it in water and shine it up real nice for you, and then you're like, all right, yeah, that's nice. I'll take it.
This one here was the prettiest one because of the stripe, and it was the prettiest one
What's
in
up,
the whole
Patrick?
group.
Mississippi Hippie says it looks like soda light. Soda light. Does that sound familiar, Bob?
No, but let's look at soda light and see. If that's not it, I'll go to his last unboxing. It helps to be able to spell, you know it.
Fish streams. That's why we're called the Fishfam, man.
Right. It's a royal blue mineral. Sodium. Ornamental
Noah says
gemstone.
no, it's not sodalite.
I don't think it is either. Sodalite's not as pretty, but sodalite is pretty. Sodalite really is blue, and this is purple.
I need to wash my coffee cup.
You know, I seen you posted a link to come up, and I wanted to jump up, but then I was thinking after I, came backstage, I was like, damn, I should have went upstairs and grabbed a drink first.
So what you got in the tank behind you?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Ham never says no to that.
Very nice.
So
Nice
this is
Aren't you?
nice landscaping or aquascaping. Looks
Thank
good.
you. So this is a 180 gallon Lake Champlain biotope.
Oh, nice.
So in it, this guy right here is a pumpkin seed sunfish. Then I've got a little bluegill right here. Then there's another pumpkin seed in there.
Ah, so you got a native tank going on. It looks really good. Looks
Yeah,
really
I keep exclusively native fish.
nice.
Oh, wow.
And there's also a rock bass and a bowfin in the tank.
Very good. I used to keep pumpkin seeds myself. And they're really pretty fish.
Yeah, they
Really?
are. Caught a few of them.
Yeah, I want to get I've got to get a couple more because I don't know if you just saw it, but this guy, the big guy, is being pretty aggressive towards the other two. So if I add a couple more, either bluegill or pumpkin seeds in there, it'll just, it'll break up the aggression, spread it out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I watch them and I think they only get aggressive like that when I'm close to the tank, and I think it's a feeding response.
That could very well be.
I bet it is.
But I'm gonna run upstairs and grab a drink, and you guys can look at this for a little bit if you want.
I'd like to see it if Pam would blow it up.
I'll do that because it's a very pretty tank.
Well, there you go. Then. There's a full view.
Awesome.
I really like the aquascaping in that. It looks good.
Yeah. So everything in there is locally collected. This driftwood, I found down by the river, close to me. All of the plants in there. I've got two different types of plants. I've got hornwort, which you can see, and then this right here is robin's. It's robin's pondweed or a tamageetan.
Oh, nice.
What's that? Yeah, a tamageetan robinsi. And then it's a dirted tank with a sand cap on it.
Yep, I like that a lot. I like the shadowed areas and stuff, and it looked really awesome.
Yeah, it's like the reason it looks shadowed over here and stuff is because there's like algae growing on top of the water. And it looks kind of ugly from up here, but in the tank it looks nice. And so I decided just to leave it and not clean it.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks really natural. So
yeah, I like the lighting contrast. The dark shaded areas versus the sunny area. So I think it gives it a more natural look.
Let me see. I won't be able to hear you and you me when I go to Facebook. But he don't have it on his YouTube, so let me go look there.
Okay, we can talk about Bob now.
I got nothing bad to say about Bob. All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. We'll watch a drink while you're gone and talk about Bob's Rocks. Bob has sexy legs. uh, that one fish is kind of a little bit of a bully. Bob has blue veiny rocks. Hey, Jan. It's still evening here. It's only 10:08 where I'm at. Two big rocks of unknown origin. Yep. Everybody abandoned me. But right now we are looking at ABC Aquatics tank.
Creepers. Oops.
I hear Bob.
What size tank is that?
Is that a 180? I think he said.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I've kept a bass before, and I've kept pumpkin seeds that I caught. And then I had a couple rock sculpins, what we called rock sculpins, in there too, for a cleanup crew. You're trying to get back into making art again? Good, good. You could come up on our Saturday show. Let me know if you want to. On our art show. Bob is trying to find them, I think. He's trying to figure out what kind they are right now, which is why he's silent. Because he's like checking out some streams and unboxing it and stuff to see if he can find out what kind they are. Your granddaughter and you did crappy rainbow paintings. Well, Bunny, don't get too worried. He probably just has his pants on backwards. Oh, Merdul got it. was wondering if anybody would get it. Yeah, there was when I was a kid, we spent all our time like mostly in Eastern Oregon, but sometimes other places. But we hunted arrowheads a lot, and there's actually a um, turquoise colored obsidian, but I never found a big chunk of it. But I found a few arrowheads made out of it. But it'd be really cool to find a big chunk of that. But I think it's really rare. There's also obsidian that has is like, which I also found a few arrowheads made out of it, but it's like black with shiny gold flecks in it.
I'm back.
Oh, there's Bob again. Did you find it, Bob?
No, he didn't have anything up about it. That I've been back here for 15 minutes listening to all that smack you've been talking.
Yeah, I grew up in Oregon.
What does that say on ABC's shirt, on your shirt, ABC? Oh,
Wasse?
huh. Is that an aquarium brand?
Yeah, they make filters, canister filters and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I did. I went to an aquascaping demonstration with Jeff Miyoshi at one of the local fish stores, and he's a ambassador for Wasse, and we got the shirts there and stuff.
Oh, nice.
But
So
I talked
where do
to
you live?
what's that?
Where do you live?
I'm from New York.
Oh, okay. Like northern New York or?
Yeah, I live in Schenectady, which is probably, I guess, central New York.
Okay.
Don't give her your digits. It's a trap.
I lived on Cape Cod for about 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I live about 2 hours south of Rico. Rico, man.
How big is that tank? Did you say? I couldn't get Pam to.
The one behind me, that's 180
Yes.
gallons.
That's
I
what I
told
thought
you
you
that,
said.
Bob.
Nope. You just
Yes, I
ignored me.
did. I most certainly did.
I've got I've got another 180 gallon that's going to go right next to it, and they're both going to be Lake Champlain biotopes. The one behind me is going to be a community tank, and the second one that I'm setting up is going to be for predator fish.
Nice.
So that'd be pretty cool.
I've got a 180 is my biggest tank, and it's just South American cichlids.
Yeah, so 180 is the biggest that I currently own. The biggest I've ever had was a 300 gallon, and I think the second largest was a 265, and the 265 was a mixed reef tank, but the 300 gallon was an Amazon biotope.
Nice.
Nice. I've got two Pacu in that 180 that need to be in something soon, a lot bigger.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's awesome, Bunny. Yeah, that's how I grew up hunting arrowheads. We hunted them along the Columbia River, and then almost every weekend we went to Eastern Oregon to the desert and hunted them there.
That's cool. There's a place not far from me. It's called John Boyd Statures Park, and it has a hiking trail called Indian Ladder Trail, and it used to be like a trail that Native Americans would use to go from their like summer campgrounds to their winter campgrounds or hunting grounds or whatever. And that's a great place to find arrowheads and a lot of different fossils and stuff, because it's all slate, slate waterfalls and stuff, and they're, walking down there you're always finding fossils all over the place on the ground.
Oh, cool. I've
This
got some
rock is
fossils
better.
that I found when I was a teenager. Well, it would be on the arrowhead hunting trips too, but we'd go down to see my uncle because he worked as a park ranger every year at Lake Mead.
Yep.
And he would take us to places around there, and we went to this one big hillside, and there was a lot of fossils and petrified wood. I've still got some chunks of the petrified wood and a couple fossils I found there.
Nice. Yeah, when I was speaking of petrified wood, I used to live in Scotland, and when I was there, I visited the botanical gardens there, and they have the world's largest piece of petrified wood, and it's a whole damn tree pretty much.
Yeah, there's one in Yellowstone Park too. There's a whole tree of petrified.
Yeah, it's like 45 feet long with branches on it, and it's petrified wood.
Can't get that in a 40 breeder.
The one in Yellowstone isn't that big, but it's big, but it's still in the ground. I mean, they've got like a little fenced-in area around it because they don't want people touching it, but it's just coming up out of the ground and it's all petrified.
Yeah, this is
I still got some chunks, like I say, that I found around Lake Mead.
Nice.
But it was kind of cool.
I love going out and looking for, just collecting rocks and driftwood and shit. One of my pastimes, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually was out. I was out today collecting some driftwood, and I fell through some ice because there's still ice jams along the river that haven't completely melted yet. So I saw a nice piece, and I was crossing over, over a little ice jam, and stepped on a spot that was hollow underneath and fell into it and got covered in mud and stuff. But it was worth it because the driftwood that I got was really nice.
Nice.
There was a guy, I think it was called The Collector or something, that got recommended to me, a YouTube video a couple weeks ago, and he was kind of goofy, but he was very educational. But he showed how to go along the edge of a river, and I'm not sure if he was in Tennessee. He talked about Ohio too, about the Indians. The things they were finding were from Ohio, so these Indians had to have traded with them. But anyway, he showed how to like just put a big rock or something at the edge of the water, and when it's going to rain and the water's going to rise, it'll swirl around that, and things that wash down or settle under it, and they'll get covered. And he started digging after he went back in a couple of weeks, and it was had a couple of arrowheads and all kinds of cool stuff. I never heard of that technique.
No. In Oregon, on the Columbia River, when Dad had a little boat, and we'd go along, and he knew where some different old villages were and stuff. But it was interesting because along the river, of course, the Indians lived better than they did in the desert, and they had more time, and we'd find a lot of bird points that were just so intricately made. I mean, just like jewels or something, just perfect. And they'd be made out of agate and all kinds of rocks like that. And small, but just really, really pretty and perfect. And then when you go in the desert in Oregon to hunt arrowheads, you're finding generally bigger pieces and made out of obsidian mostly. Some jade, we found some jade, but the largest amount of them were made out of obsidian. So there was quite a difference between one and the other, though. And we also found some Clovis Points, which are extremely, extremely old. They're like one of the oldest of any Indian artifacts that you're going to find. But there was one guy that reminded me of that, Bob, because there was one guy that got really mad because he didn't want us hunting arrowheads. He said it was his property, but so many feet up from the riverbank, it isn't your property. So my dad was in a boat, so he couldn't really do anything, but he didn't like us being there, so he decided that he was going to mess everything up, and he dredged up a bunch of dirt from like underneath in the water. He made a big dredge out to make like a boat launch, thinking that he was going to screw us up, and then he dumped all of it over the top of where the village was. But what he did was dredge up a bunch more arrowheads and dumped them on top. So yeah,
I was gonna say that seems like he's just doing all the work for you.
exactly. Yeah, he dredged up a bunch from underneath the water and dumped it over the top, but it was all full of arrowheads.
Oh, Bunny Viper's collecting pop-up books now.
Pop-up books. I could tell you a story about pop-up books.
I've heard that story. It's a good one, though.
Pop-up books.
There's a victim.
Have you
Go
never
ahead,
heard
Tim.
my story about pop-up books?
What?
I can tell probably most of the people in here have heard it. But I
haven't
could
heard
tell
it.
it again. Well, when my youngest was 14, in health class, they had to do a sex education class. And she was kind of like horrified. She didn't really want to do it, but she had to do it. Nola says, don't ask. But anyway, she was embarrassed, about having to take this health class on sex education, and I had to sign permission slips and stuff so she could take it. But anyway, she came home from school one day, and I knew it was her health class day. So me being me, I asked her how her sex education class went. And she was like, oh my God, it was so horrible, Mom. And I was like, really? And she said, so I
I feel like
asked.
sex ed and pop-up books are two things that don't go well together.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I asked her what happened in the class, and she said that the teacher had a pop-up sex book. Seriously, a pop-up book for sex education for high school kids. So as soon as she told me that, I started laughing. And she says, oh, Mom, that's not the worst. And I said, oh, I was already cracking up. And she said that the teacher I asked her if it had a pop-up penis, and she says, oh, yes. And she said the teacher used the pop-up penis to show them how to put a condom on. Right? And by that time, I was laughing so hard I was crying, thinking it was a pop-up book in a high school class, right? And but then she said that the teacher was showing them how to take the condom off, and she accidentally ripped the penis out of the book.
Pop-up penis was Rico's nickname in college.
That's good.
Oh my God, it still makes me laugh though.
I
She said
hope
there was like half a dozen boys in the class too. I thought, well, there's some boys that'll never use a condom in their life.
Right?
That's what happens when I take it off? No.
Yeah, nope, not using that. Oh dear.
Obviously, I was absent that day. I've got two kids. I missed that part of the class.
So the first time I ever told that story, some people got curious and went on Amazon, and yeah, there is a pop-up sex education book on Amazon. So if you're collecting pop-up books, don't forget to get that one.
I feel like that's got to be added to Bunny's
Yes.
collection there.
Oh wait, that's not even showing.
That's a must-have.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've got some of those too.
Bunny
Bunny
Viper.
stickers.
Now, see, when I was in school, our sex education was showing us a film of all the diseases that you can get
Ooh.
from having sex before you are married.
Yeah, because you won't get them
Times have
after.
definitely changed.
Yeah, because you can't get them after you get married. Right?
Yep.
It's funny that we're talking about sex ed right now because, like, prior to getting on YouTube, I was scrolling through Facebook, and there was somebody had posted or shared a video of like sex education back in the day used to be super brutal or something like that, and it was a teacher talking about sex, sex ed and stuff, and she was saying she was going on about how like having sex with somebody is like having sex with everybody they've had sex with before, and like, can you imagine climbing into bed with everybody that they, at the same time and all this other stuff? And then one kid, shows a kid and he's like, well, what if I want to have sex before I get married? And the teacher's like, well, you die.
Well, see, I always heard that, if you have sex before you are married, you will go blind. But
I heard that
people like Bob had a way around that, though.
Right?
They just had sex till they had to wear glasses.
Right?
If you make it quick, you don't go blind. You just have to wear glasses.
That's right. Bifocals, but still. But still. I wish I could find out what that rock is, but it's not meant to be. Talk about brutal. Did you see all the things they were saying about me in the chat? Bob is petrified wood. Hurt my feelings.
That's it, Merdule. We'll just have to call him Bob's Blue Rocks.
I saw that, and Bunny Viper said Bob's looking for his veiny blue rocks. Nasty. Some nasty people in your chat, man.
But he says she will own the pop-up penis book.
That's a really nice ambition, I'll tell you. I have a feeling I can't shame Bunny Viper. Something just tells me.
You definitely need that for your collection. If you're collecting pop-up books, that's a must-have.
I hope that wasn't a library book and she returned it like that. Per usual, I don't have a net in this room to get this.
Yeah, I had to sign a permission slip for her to take the sex education class.
Really?
Yep. IT Bones.
I got the fish out. Yep. Hmm. That fish must have been in there since before this morning. It's not nasty.
I like that t-shirt, Bunny.
Don't be a dick. Hey, T-Bones.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Aquatics.
I had to log into my smart home app on my tablet so I can turn the lights on behind me on the tank. So everything, all of my fish tanks and my my vivarium for my gecko and a couple of the lights down here are all run on smart outlets and smart plugs and stuff. So I can control them all from a tablet or phone.
That's nice.
But if I try to do it from my cell phone, which I'm using to talk to you lovely people, it would back me out of the stream.
Oh, yeah. Chewy, I did like the police. I've always been a fan of, what's his name? What is his name?
It's really nice having the smart outlets and the smart power strips and stuff. You know, set timers on them. You can turn them on and off through any smart device and stuff. And one of the great things, you know, having everything automated.
Well, how does that work? Do you just have one button for like 30 things, or
So
is it?
I have a couple different power strips that are Wi-Fi enabled and stuff. Those are the smart power strips. So I think I have 4 of them set up right now in various spots around around my fish room, and you can label them all. So when I go into the app that the dashboard to control them all, I know which one I want to go into. Like for instance, the one behind me says 180 Lake Champlain, and then I've got like one for my snail tank and my least killifish tank, and one for the breeder rack and stuff like that. And so they're all labeled and stuff. So you just go in there, click on which one you want to control, and it brings it up, and then you have it shows a diagram of each of the outlets, and you click on that outlet and you can turn it on or off or set a timer, set multiple timers.
Well, um, it, so, but you can't turn your heater and uh, hang on back or all that other stuff off with the lights. So basically, you just have the lights plugged into that outlet.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn everything off, and anything that's plugged in, you can turn on or off with the power strip
Oh,
through
okay.
through the app.
Oh, okay.
So you can control each outlet individually.
What brand is that?
I'll show you the ones I'm using.
Because I need to get something. It takes forever. Damn, your tanks went off just then.
So this says Jinvo or Jinvu. I don't know. Where we? Jinvu Smart Power Strip.
Okay.
But this is what This is what it looks like. It's got 4 plugs and then 4 USB plugs as well, and you can control it using a smartphone and stuff. And then this is my this is my dashboard here. You can see all the these 2 at the top are ceiling lights that I have smart plugs for, and then the rest of them are different tanks and stuff. And you just click on one of them and brings up. Well, this is kind of fucked up view of it, but you can scroll down through them and stuff. And like this one here, they just shut off the lights behind me.
So you could put more than one tank, like if it's got 4 outlets on it, you could plug in 4 different tanks if they'll reach.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got the so the power strip is mounted right here on the ceiling, and it's just the lights that are plugged into it because all of the tanks are filtered with sponge filters, and I run a linear piston air pump with the PVC running around the room here with the
That's a
airline
nice
drops
setup.
for it. So it's it's all a centralized air system.
How many tanks are in there?
Currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Currently have 5 tanks down here, but I've got about 20 more in the garage that need to be set up, brought down here. I'm still working on constructing the fish room and putting everything together and stuff. So
Nice. That's a nice setup.
I guess.
It sure beats walking around for an hour, turning them off.
Yeah, everything, the tank behind me I have on a different light schedule than everything else because I like to sit down here and I don't, the only time I get to really spend down here is late at night into, early morning. And so all my other tanks, the lights come on at like 9:30 in the morning and shut off at 8:30 at night. Whereas this one behind me comes on at 12:30 and shuts off at, it comes on at 1:30 and shuts off at 12:30 at night, or 12:30 in the morning, whatever.
So
And
is
then
the,
my stream tank that's upstairs, that doesn't have a light. It runs off the natural sunlight.
so you've got the timer set in the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go up. You can go in the app, and the same way you click on the outlet picture on the app to turn the outlet on and off physically. Right next to it is a little icon, and you click on that icon, and you can set several different timers. You could turn it on and off every 5 minutes if you wanted to.
Nice. I need to get me one. Pam, that's what I want for Christmas.
But yeah, these this power strip here, this was I think $23 on Amazon.
Yeah.
But it works great. I love them. I have fucking 7 of them, I think.
Oh God, the cost would probably be prohibitive for me. I've got 78 tanks or bowls with water and fish in them right now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like, so the tank behind me has two lights on it, and they're both 50-watt LED floodlights.
Right.
But I'm only using one outlet because I have another power strip plugged into the single outlet, so I can turn on and off both of the lights rather than taking up 2 outlets on the Wi-Fi power strip. So that might be an option too. Is piggybacking smaller power strips from the Wi-Fi power strip.
I'm going to explore that. That's so much easier.
Yeah.
And I have a few that are remote, but sometimes the remote doesn't catch. I mean, the signal, so you're pushing that 3 or 4 times. It's just not time efficient.
Yeah.
And then get
Yeah,
to
I
do
like
it all
I
again
like
in the morning.
the automation factor that it just makes everything so much easier. Because there's a lot of times that I might come down here and forget to turn lights on or forget to turn lights off, and then next thing you know, you got fucking algae blooms going on, and
Right, right. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of benefits
yeah,
for sure.
and that way too. Like even my the air pump is on a separate power strip as well. So, if I'm in here doing maintenance or I have to change the pipes around, I'm doing a different configuration with the PVC or something, I can just pull up the app on my phone real quick and shut off the air pump and do what I got to do and then turn it back on.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Pam, I would probably use that for my birthday and Christmas. The amount that's going to
Oh my
cost.
God, grasshopper. We're going to have to kick your butt.
What?
It's amazing these old people can live stream with fucking the extra technology.
You know
Hey,
that
T-Bones is in the chat. What's up, brother?
Grasshopper,
G'day,
you
mate.
know I'm a mod, right? That's all right. What's even sadder than that is all these people that watch all these old people that are confused by the technology, right?
Hey, I feel like an old person, but I guess I'm not old.
You don't look very old, that's for sure.
You're not old, believe me.
I'm 36. I'll be 37 in September.
Oh, God, to be 30 anything again.
Yeah, I'll be 67 pretty soon.
Yep. And I will be 6 months after you, right behind you. For sure.
Yeah, my birthday is 2 days before the Clash, so the Clash is my birthday weekend.
Nice. Fishstream said don't delete our butt. All right. Just control Grasshopper a little better, Fishstream. I make more old jokes about us than anybody, right? Works if your tanks are in close proximity. Connect power strips to it. Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to those? Nobody in here is old enough but us, Pam, to remember those. The clapper thing that was on every
Oh yeah, I
commercial.
remember that. Yeah,
Clap on, clap off.
yeah.
Wonder if that wouldn't work.
I remember when I was little, having those in like
Oh
my
my.
living room, on the lamps in the living room and stuff when I was little, and I used to clap and turn them on and off. But I mean, I was probably like 7 years old or younger.
Never had them. The name. It gets better as it ages. I wish. I wish.
Good night, Lady Diane.
Good night, Lady Diane Fisher. I'll check in.
Have a good night.
I should probably be feeding Sunfish. No joke.
I just fed all of my fry right before coming on the stream. So I have like probably 150 rainbow shiner fry right now.
Nice.
And it looks like my rainbow shiners are getting ready to spawn again.
Oh, nice.
So,
Let's see. Where do I want to go? I'm going to turn this around, Pam, because nobody want to be looking at me anyway. Whoops.
what kind of fry do you have, Fish Green?
Those platies are so pretty.
They are. I've got to get rid of some, though. For sure. Piranha platies. Ooh, you know, I bet that rock would look nice with these platies.
Oh my gosh, it would. It really would.
I don't see me doing any big aquascape with them anyway. Just put them in a couple of tanks.
Do you have any native fish?
Me,
Yeah.
I do have a couple of, I can never remember the name of them. Well, let me bring some food so they'll come out. Fat sleeper gobies.
Oh yeah.
Got a couple of those. And I've also got a Cuban cichlid that's new, and he thinks he's a stud. It's a little bitty thing. There he is.
Nice.
Get those
What's
gobies
that?
to come.
That all the roots in there. What's that plant?
It's water wisteria.
Water
I just
wisteria.
threw it in there. And, yeah, I've got a tub. I need to put some of it out in.
Yeah. I'll let the black ghost knifefish. He's cool. I had one of those that was probably about 18 inches long. He was in my 300-gallon Amazon tank.
Oh, nice. It's a good size one. Come
Yeah,
on, guys.
I had him for I'd say probably 5 years or so, and I got him when he was a little bit bigger anyway. I don't know how old he was actually, but I had him for 5 years.
Normally these gobies come right out, so you know, of course, I want to show them. Oh, there's one of them peeping through. There he comes. Come on, bud. Come back. He's got no patience with that cichlid. There's two of them in there. He didn't really come out, did he? They haven't grown much since I got them. This is just a 75, but there's the other one. Oh, it's the camera. That's what it is. What is that? Doesn't look like our food. Yeah, that's the only native I have.
They're cool though.
Yeah, from what I
I haven't
researched.
counted how many different native species I have, but I mean that's all I keep. But I don't know how many different ones I have right now. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah.
We've got rainbow shiners, pumpkin seed, bluegills, rock bass, bowfin, least killifish, yellowfin shiners, central stone rollers, mountain red-bellied dace, eastern black-nosed dace, and rainbow darters. So what's that? 11 different species.
Oh, rainbow darters. Nice.
Yeah, the rainbow darters. The last few species that I listed are upstairs in my 73-gallon stream tank.
I think that's what I had. Rainbow darters. Our fish club had our local fish club had some kind of darters, and they couldn't put them back in the water, and they
Yeah,
wanted somebody to take them. And I took a male and a couple females, and I mean they were in with killifish. They were dead the next morning.
the
Water
darters
was,
were dead.
yep, they sure were. So I don't know what was up. The water parameters were perfect, by the numbers. So I'm not going to
Yeah, that's
feed
weird.
millions.
What was the temperature at?
It was cool. I think it was like 66, 68.
Okay, yeah, that's fine for them.
Yeah. I actually turned the heater off and let the tank cool a little bit, like go down to room temperature.
Yeah, my tanks down here in the basement, in the fish room, they get in the wintertime. I think the coldest the one behind me was 47 degrees.
Wow. It sounds like Brandon. You follow him?
Yeah, cold water aquatics.
Cold water. Yeah, Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to Brandon and Ness all the time.
Yeah. I've known them since they first started on
Yep.
YouTube. Cool people.
Yeah, I like Brandon a lot. I talk to him a lot through like Facebook Messenger and be out
Yeah.
collecting driftwood and send him pictures of driftwood that I found and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in southeast Tennessee near North Carolina and Georgia. And there's some kind of endangered darter that's in just one creek here, and we were going to go there just for
What
field.
is it? It's not the candy darter, right?
That doesn't sound right.
I think the candy darter I think is up more in Virginia.
Yeah, no, this is just in this one creek, like the what is the river? Oh my God, the creek. Anyway, I was telling my niece's husband about it the week before we were going to go. We got rained out, but I was kind of like, well, what do we care if it's raining?
Chattanooga Ed's in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Ed, what's up, man? You're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah.
You're so sleepy. Yeah,
I think he's leaving. He said he's tired.
He's my running buddy. Ed and I live real near each other.
Yeah.
Well, about 45 minutes, but close enough.
Yeah, I'm going down to Virginia next week to do some collecting native species.
Nice. Yeah, are you going to the Aquaticon the end of the month in Knoxville?
No, I'm not going to that. I am going to the Clash, Keystone Clash. That's the only one I'm going to though.
I'm hoping to go to the Triple Crown, but
yeah, I don't have a lot of free time and stuff. I've got a newborn son and a 17-month-old son.
Congratulations. No, you don't have any time. Gosh.
Yeah. No. That's why I'm up until 2:00 in the morning downstairs in the fish room doing what I got to do.
Right. I need to clean the glass on this.
Thank you, Myrtle.
Well, personally, it sounds like you need to spend more time in your fish room watching your fish.
They get my older son loves coming down here into the fish room, and loves looking at especially the big tank behind me. He climbs right up on the couch and points at the fish and
That's cool. Yeah.
tries to stick his hands in the tank, and I'm like, no, they're gonna bite your finger. One day I brought him down here, and he climbed right up on the back of the couch before I could even get to him, and stuck his hand in the tank, and one of the bluegills bit his finger. It didn't hurt him or nothing because they don't have any teeth or anything like that. So, but he pulled his hand out real quick, and he looked at me, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, he fucking bit you. I told you.
You might remember that someday. I got these pacu thinking, or not really researching them thoroughly, and I thought they were going to stay about a foot.
Yeah.
But I'm about to move them into a metal tub that's got a liner in it. Put them in the way back there because there aren't any tanks back there, so I'll put them back there.
You're gonna need a swimming pool for them guys too.
Yeah, that's what they really need, is a swimming pool. I've got cats, so I got to be careful. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, he's healing up really good.
Yeah, he's got like a pimple on it. It had a heater burn there. Come on. You want your head rubbed or not?
Yeah, I've never had pacus, but the biggest fish I ever had was a 32-inch silver arowana, and he was in my 300-gallon.
Oh, nice.
But he was freaking massive, that fish.
I've never had piranha or pacu, but these guys are so gentle. I mean, I wouldn't want him to crunch on my finger.
Yeah.
They're not sharp. They're like people teeth, but I don't think
Yeah, I mean, their teeth are designed for cracking open nuts and stuff.
Yeah,
so
and they get nuts, and I give them nuts and fruit and stuff all the time.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be bit by a pacu.
He's a bully, isn't he? There you are. They're so jealous of each other.
Yeah.
They're funny, but they're really mild fish. I mean, for that matter, they're not aggressive at all. Yeah. You're just a little bigger, a couple pounds bigger, or a pound bigger. You can keep him away when you want to.
How big do they get?
The pacu, these are not even half grown, Pam.
Yeah, they get massive.
This one's about 14 inches. I had to guesstimate maybe 14 and a half. And that one's over a foot. It's a little shorter though. And they're thick.
They easily get double that size, if not more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I watched Ethan that owns one of our local fish store, Fish Mania. He had ordered a horseshoe crab. It was supposed to be small, like, for a tank, and it was massive when it came in. So he donated it to the Tennessee Aquarium here in Chattanooga. And I thought, I might check to see if because that would be the life,
Yeah.
as opposed to putting them in like a 500-gallon tub or something.
Yeah.
So I'm not just
I'm sure if they're anything like some of the other aquariums, like around me, people have donated fish that get too big for their home aquarium and stuff.
Yeah. I thought about the Ohio Fish Rescue, but it would be a lot easier just to give them to the zoo here.
Yeah,
I know
and then
tonight.
you'd be able to go to the aquarium and look at them and go
Yeah.
visit them and stuff.
Right. But all their stuff there looks great, and take good care of them. And two,
Yep.
these fish, another reason I don't want to put them in his tub is they would hate that because then, everything that goes on, it's just so sociable.
Yeah.
Anywho, I might do that. I might check into that because it's only 30 minutes, 40 minutes drive from me. Come on. Rotten. Come on, get this frozen food. Gosh. Guys are so slow. Come on. What's going on in that chat? Oh, good, I'm sure.
Hey, Pam, you still there?
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for you to make some native fish paintings.
I need some photographs.
All right, I can send you
Send
some photos of some of my fish.
that'll do it.
Yes, yeah, those little platinum convict things are still in there. They hang around down here with some of the other smaller fish. They've got that thing pulled up so it's dark on this end. But yeah, they're in here. The baby sebrums are growing. Big. That's one thing these guys have never touched a fish in here. Never. That could change, but okay.
Thanks for the email, Myrtle. I was just about to ask. Fucking Myrtle's on top of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Sent you Pam's email. I bet you. He sent Pam some pictures of some little birds, and I actually bought the picture of them.
So we've got a question for me. It says, how does the bowfin get along with the sunfish? And the answer is that the bowfin is very reclusive most of the time. And he gets along very well with the sunfish. And, I mean, the bowfin is probably 13, 14 inches. And there's a 2-inch rock bass in the tank with those guys. And the rock bass is, not bothered by any of them. And the bowfin doesn't go after them. The bowfin eats raw shrimp that I throw in there. I feed him every 2 days. A couple big pieces of raw shrimp. And he leaves everybody alone.
Wow. I've never seen a bowfin, like except, pictures or in a zoo or something. That's awesome.
Mine comes out sometimes, but if I'm close to the tank and I move too quick, I spook him and he fucking goes and hides behind the log again.
Yeah. Cam, you should show his tank, not mine. I see mine all the damn time. She's not even listening.
I'm listening.
Did you hear what I said?
He's not showing his tank right now.
He might
No,
if
he's
you.
looking at my ugly face.
He might if you put him on there. There you go.
Oh, man. So the bowfin's still not out. Oh, I can see his face. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn the camera.
I'm so happy with that new plan I got. The big one. Massive.
So you see right behind that rock underneath the log?
Yeah,
That's the bowfin's head. There's a little eyeball there peeking out at me.
Uh-huh.
I think you got something for him. He's watching me.
Yeah, he's watching. And then this guy here. These sunfish are like freaking puppies. They're all wild caught, but every time I come down here and like sit, if I'm close to the tank, they're sitting right there staring at me.
Yeah, how big is he? That sunfish.
So this one here is about 4 inches. Uh, the the big pumpkin seed. This is a smaller pumpkin seed. The big pumpkin seed's about 5.5, 6 inches, and then the bluegill is about a little bit smaller than this guy, which I don't see the bluegill right now. He's hiding somewhere.
So there's 4 fish in there.
There's 5 fish. There's 2 pumpkin seeds, a bluegill, a rock bass, and the bowfin.
Oh yeah, there aren't bad.
But the rock bass is tiny. He's only 2 inches.
I see that message. Is that all hardscape you collected?
Yep. Everything in here has been collected locally.
Looks great. What about those plants? What are those plants?
Yeah, the plants too. So this one here, most of the plants in here are hornwort, and then this guy here is Patamageton robinstein, or robin's pondweed for short. I always mess up the official name, but
Oh yeah, I can't remember them anyway.
yeah, it's robin's pondweed is this guy here we're looking at, and it gets. I mean, that long shoot there in the back is the same stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Here.
Is that yeah, I'm talking to myself. Your 180 is the same dimensions mine is.
Yeah, it's 6 by 2 by 2. Yeah, it's a standard 180 gallon.
Yeah.
It's this one's actually drilled, or it's an oceanic tank or whatever. I don't know. You can see the overflows right here. They're covered in algae, but those are the overflows. I don't currently have a sump hooked up for it, but I do plan on installing a sump.
Nice. Is it an oceanic brand?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. How did you ever afford that?
So I got this 180 gallon and the one in my garage. I got both of them for $50.
Shut up. No way.
Yeah. So I found this and the other tank listed together on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy said that this one had a crack in the bottom pane, and he was originally going to replace the bottom panel with the bottom panel from the other tank and stuff, but then decided that was too much work, so he wanted to sell them, and I went and picked them both up. But I saw the listing 5 minutes after it was posted, so I'm like, yes, I want these. I don't care. I will come pick them up right now.
It's amazing.
But so I went and got them and brought them home, and inspecting the tanks and cleaning them up and stuff, and I'm looking at the crack that was in the bottom corner of this one here, and I'm looking at it and I'm feeling it, and it looks like a crack, and you can feel it and everything, and I'm rubbing it because I'm filling up the tank with water because I'm cleaning it, and it's filling up. It's not leaking or anything. So I'm inspecting the crack, and then I'm like, all right, well, I feel something here. So I get a razor blade, and I run the razor blade over the crack, and it starts coming up, and it turns out the crack in the bottom was actually just like a hair thin piece of silicone that
Oh
was
my
stretched out from the
God.
corner from
So
when they originally sealed the tank.
oh my God, you
Jesus.
stole the tanks.
Yeah. So I got
Yeah.
two perfectly good 180-gallon tanks for $50.
Wow.
Wow, that's incredible. That's amazing.
I'm trying to see if I can find the rock bass to show you guys him. If you can imagine, it's hard to find a 2-inch fish in a tank this big.
Yeah. Like Ed was asking about those little platinum convex. Couldn't see them in there.
Yeah. So this is a dirted tank. So it's got a layer of topsoil and mixed with some decaying leaf matter and stuff on the bottom, and then a sand cap, and then some leaf litter in there.
Nice. No more doing. I'll give you a tracking number. You and Skipper didn't get in the bunch I sent the first time. So I'll send yours first plus Skipper's platies. And then I've got platies for Patrick, but I want to debug them first.
If anybody's got stickers that I don't already have, I'm collecting Fishfam stickers for my wall.
You probably don't have mine. Probably. Or Pam's.
I don't think I have Pam's.
Well, when you send me some photographs, send me your address and I'll send you some.
There you go.
All right, cool. I appreciate it.
You may not want mine because mine is saltwater fish anyway.
That's all right. I have 20 years in the hobby, and 10 of that is in saltwater.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a ruby.
I used to have my 265 was a mixed reef tank,
Okay.
and I used to have a business selling saltwater fish and corals and setting up and maintaining saltwater tanks for people and stuff.
Well, you're a lot more adept at it than I am. I've only been keeping salt a little over 3 years, and I've got like a beginner to intermediate coral tank.
Yeah, at one point in time, I had my 265, which was my display tank, and then I had probably another 1,800 gallons worth of frag and grow out tanks for fish and corals.
Nice. Well, it's a ruby red dragonet. So
What's that?
it's just a little ruby red dragonet. Mine is.
Oh, nice. I like them. Yeah, actually, up until probably 2 months ago, I had a little 15-gallon nano reef, but I sold that just because I didn't put the effort and time into maintaining it as much as I should have. So
Yeah.
you guys want to see some rainbow shiner fry?
Yes.
Yes.
Give me a second.
What is that avatar?
What's that?
When you go away, what is that avatar? What's showing there?
Oh, so that's a photograph that I took at the Botanical Gardens in Edinburgh, Scotland, and it's koi fish. A like gulping the top of the water, but it's like it was timed so perfectly that it's such a great photo.
Ooh.
I do photography as well. So here's some of my rainbow shiners. These are the mating group that I have. And they're colored down right now because the lights have been off, but
Right. Is that their spawning tray? Or whatever?
yeah, so this is a makeshift chub mound because in the wild the rainbow
Chub
shiners will breed over top of creek chub mounds. They're nest associates with creek chubs. So in order to, get them to lay their eggs in a spot where I can collect them and they won't eat them, I built this makeshift chub mound, and they spawn over top of the rocks, and the eggs will drop down into here. And then once they spawn, I can remove that and take all the eggs out, and then I move them down into one of these trays here. So that's the first group of fry that I have. These guys are about 14, 15 days old.
Awesome. Wow, there's a lot of them in there.
Yeah, there's probably 80 or 90. And then these are the second group of fry, which are a little harder to see, but you can see them moving around a little bit. They're only about 5 days old.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's my breeding, my fry setup for them.
That's awesome.
Now, what are you going to do with those?
I'm gonna keep a lot of them, or probably, I'm gonna keep some of them, but I've got people lined up already that want some. I've got
Nice.
one of my local fish stores wants a bunch of them, so
Nice.
I'm gonna be keeping some of them just to expand my colony, and then sell the rest of them.
It's good you've got a place for them to go.
Yeah, because I think altogether right now I probably have about 150 fry.
Wow.
I would imagine the store would give you a decent price or decent trade on them too.
Yeah,
They're so sought after.
but this is just a temporary setup. I've got this room here, which I just finished cleaning out yesterday. This is a spare room in my basement, and this is going to be turned into a breeding room. So I've got a bunch of these racks to put together. They're going to line the walls here and back here, and I'm going to put a bunch of 20 and 10 gallons on them.
Nice. Oh wow, that's a lot of space.
Bunny wanted to know, Bob, how big of a battery backup thing should we get for running air if her power goes out on her 180?
I don't have a battery backup. I have my truck is my generator because it's got several, electrical outlets. Of course, I have to have gas in it and run it outside, of course. But that's what I would do, Bunny, and I would have to rotate between tanks.
Yeah, I would say, Bunny, if you want, I would go the same route. Just get like a power inverter that you can plug into one of the adapters in your vehicle, and that has 12-volt outlets on it, and you can use the power from your car running to plug anything you want into that, and that would last a lot longer than any battery backup system that you buy. And it'd be a lot more cost effective, I would think.
Yeah.
Because once you get into like substantial sized battery backups, they get pretty expensive.
They really are.
Whereas you can buy a power inverter for under $100 and run 2 or 4 pieces of equipment off of it for indefinitely, as long as you have fuel in your car. Yeah, so this is my, so I'll just explain this to you guys, I guess. So I've got these trays which are interchangeable with this one here. But I've just got a hole cut in the back here with a piece of coarse sponge. And this power head right here feeds water up through this line and then down through here, and it constantly is changing the water in these tubs.
Oh,
So
that's neat.
I can keep the fry in a confined space where they'll be more readily available for food and stuff,
Right.
and not have the food dunk up the water in that little container because it's constantly doing the water change. Like you can see,
Yeah, what are you feeding them?
there's water coming out of the hole here. So I'm feeding these guys. I just switched this batch over to fresh hatch line shrimp. These guys are still feeding off of their yolk sac, so they haven't really started eating yet. But I did just today. I put in some fry starter, which is like 100% Atlantic krill.
Yeah.
This stuff here, but this is good for smaller fish because it's 250 microns, whereas fresh hatched brine shrimp at 400 microns. So
Is
the
that
fry starter stuff is good for smaller fry and smaller fish.
is that freeze dried?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
freeze dried krill,
Nice. Huh.
North Fin.
We can't get North Fin here. I mean, I guess we could order it, but
And it was brand of the year.
yeah, it's good stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, I tend to like most of the fish foods that I have are higher quality fish foods.
It really pays.
I use Rod's fish food for most of my other fish. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not.
Yeah, so Rod's is it's a mix depending on the formula you get. It's a mixture of different stuff, but it's all natural organic foods and stuff, and no fillers or anything like that. And like the one formula I use for my sunfish is the smallmouth formula, and it's got shrimp. What's it got? I forget right now, but it's got like shrimp, crayfish, tilapia, peas, a bunch of different things in it that are all healthy and good for the fish.
But they love that.
But it is a bit more expensive than your normal fish food. It's like I get 16-ounce flat packs, and they're like $15 or $20.
That's not bad though.
No, it's a really good food, and I think paying extra for a good quality food with a varied mixture of stuff in it is worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, do you feed that every day or every couple of days?
I feed all of my tanks every 2 to 3 days.
Huh.
And then I also feed bug bites. That's another one of the things that I feed, especially these shiners. They love the bug bites.
That's what I'm feeding in my 4 things here is bug bite flakes and bug bite pellets, and then a mixture of frozen foods.
So
Yeah,
Alec asked the question again: is how hard are the shiners to breed? And the answer is they're not hard to breed at all. Rainbow shiners are triggered by temperature swings. So in the wild, they breed early spring when temperatures are rising into the mid 60s, So that's where I keep right now. My tanks are probably 62 degrees, and so that's it. Once feed the females a nice healthy diet, and you can see those two right there are females that are chasing each other, and their bellies are full of eggs right now.
Yeah.
But they're easy to breed.
Now, are they native where you're at, or?
These are not native to my area, but they are a North American native. They're native
Yeah.
to like Arkansas, Tennessee, that area. I think a couple other states in that area, but
I'm sure everybody wants to go natural when they see those tanks.
Yeah.
yeah.
When I see Brandon's, I'm always like, I needed to get that. I need to do that.
Yeah, I love one of the reasons I keep native fish is to, turn people on to the natural beauty of some of the native fish that you can potentially find in your own backyard and stuff. And
Sure.
one of my goals is to show people that and to stress, habitat conservation and stuff. So that's why I like keeping native fish in natural biotopes, so you can see their natural behaviors in a natural environment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and nothing against it, no shade or anything, but you hear all about what's the one that's does such an awesome job in South America? What is that? Guys in the chat, you know what I'm talking about, Pam.
Are you talking about Dr. Anthony?
No, not him, but there's a program. I don't know if he's related to that program, but
Oh,
what is that called? Somebody will say it in a minute. Can't remember. But anyway, like a lot of people are involved in that, and it's an awesome not-for-profit thing. But there's so much opportunity. Yeah, Piabo. Yeah. I
so
don't think Dr. Anthony.
I have to put this egg crate grate up over this tank, because anytime my son's down here, he likes to try to throw stuff in the fish tanks.
Oh.
So I made this. That's my little guard, so he can't throw stuff.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Dr. Anthony's with the PIB, is he? And like I said, no shade against that. It's just we have that same opportunity here. So that's awesome you're doing that.
Yeah.
I think one difference is probably that promotes people to collect sustainable fish populations there rather than not cutting down the forests and stuff. But I don't know if we have any situation like that.
Speaking of collecting stuff, here's some of the driftwood I've collected.
Hold on, let me get out of that chat. Oh, wow.
And just to give you an idea, this stand is a 6 foot by 2 foot stand.
That's some big wood. That piece in the back is
This one here?
humongous. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that, a stump or a root?
So I'll pick it up, and it's part of like a stump.
Nice.
But it's pretty thin, but it's big. And then this piece here, this is a stump. We've got some other stuff here. These are all collected locally.
You've sure got room for them.
Yeah. This one I'm going to turn into a standing lamp. I'm going to clean out the inside here a little bit better, and I'm going to epoxy some strip LEDs in there and
That'll be
make a
cool.
stand for it. So it'll be a standing lamp and like a corner lamp with
That'll
LED
look cool.
lights inside of it.
Very cool.
Another piece. My
I have
pit room's a little bit of a mess, but this is what it looks like pretty much.
a nice area.
So I've got the 180 here. There's going to be another 180 next to it. I'm moving my stream tank downstairs that's in my sunroom, so that'll be the stream tank will be right here. And then I've got a bookshelf that's going here for all my aquarium and fish books and stuff. I've got a 48-gallon column tank that's going right here. And then behind me right here, I've got a tank that I'm building, which is a custom 8-foot 110. So it's going to stretch from here to the end of the stairs right here.
Oh,
So
that'll
it'll
be
be,
cool.
yeah, that's going to be another stream tank. So it'll be 8 foot by 1 foot by 22 inches. So essentially it's two 55-gallon tanks that are combined into one
Right.
to make an 8 foot long 110.
Wow.
And I've got my bar area, which is my workstation for YouTube videos and stuff. All my Fishfam stickers that I have right now going up on the back of the bar. All my
Yeah.
fish books.
I need to make sure I'm subscribed to you. I think I am.
And then I've got, the good thing about this is I've got a wet sink here, and my Python is hooked up to it. So I've got a 50-foot Python that's hooked up to the sink and reaches all the tanks that I have down here right now.
That's
Awesome.
nice.
Here's a diagram of what the fish room will look like.
Hey, Mike.
I spent 2 hours one night drawing this because I was bored. So I came down here, spent 2 hours measuring every aspect of this basement with a tape measure, and then measuring it out and drawing a scale model on this piece of paper. So I could figure out placement of fish tanks and stuff that I wanted to do.
Bunny Viper's asking you if it's safe to run an extension cord from a 500-watt inverter, and thanks for answering quote-unquote man questions for her.
If you're going to run an extension cord, I would do a heavy-duty extension cord, like one of the outdoor ones, something with a thicker gauge wire, not like your typical regular extension cord. Myrtle says I'm way too organized. I don't think this is organized, Myrtle.
When you said this is a mess and showed it, I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had a mess like that. Stuff everywhere.
So this tank has my least killifish in it, but it's also a grow out tank for bladder snails, ramhorn snails, and scuds.
Nice.
And of course, some brine shrimp going.
Shrimp. So you use Morton salt in it?
Yep, natural sea salt.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Non-iodized
Yeah.
sea salt.
Pays to read it all, right?
Yeah, I use, so for this size right here, I use 1 tablespoon of salt, and then depending on how many brine shrimp I want, depends on how much I put in there, but usually I'll do like a half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon of brine shrimp to 1 tablespoon of salt.
I have that same setup, and I was doing it for axolotl.
Yeah. So I have this one as well, but I just never used it. It's actually just storing the heater for this one because these guys are hatched, but it was a little too much to feed my fish right now, so I left a bunch in there. But this one I bought off of Amazon. I didn't really like it. It seemed like I mean, thinking about it now, I could probably use it. I just have to adjust the amount of salt that I would use to get the right salinity for it. But
So you have time
if
for all that.
I don't have to move something to get what's underneath it, it's organized. Yeah. Oh, here's some more driftwood that I've collected.
Yeah, those are nice too. Is that a TV? No.
Where's that?
That the white thing? What is that?
This?
No, below the shelf. The big white.
Oh,
It's
it's
the
just a
wall.
wall.
It's the wall.
It's like a
Okay.
stucco wall.
My vision's horrible. So
I've got my fireplace here.
it's nice.
Nice sitting down here with a drink with the fish tank behind me and hanging out in front of the fire.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fish room.
Very nice.
Private. Even got a bathroom down here.
Cool. I'm loving that barn.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm putting so I'm gonna have two 10-gallon tanks on the top shelf here. I'm gonna reinforce the shelf with a 2x4 and paint it to match the wood that's there already. And then I'm putting two 10-gallons up on the top part. But
You have to come back on and show us that when it's completed.
Definitely, yeah.
Yep.
yeah, I'll be recording videos and stuff as I progress with the fish room. But you can see here's the PVC pipe that I've got running around the fish room. Runs all the whole span of the room all the way around on the ceiling. Comes out right there.
That would be something I'd like to do too, but I have
Uh,
tanks in the PVC pipe for the air.
Yeah, that's the pump that I'm using to power it off.
But I have tanks in every room except the bathrooms and one bedroom. I don't know how practical it would be.
Yeah, so I've got 4 tanks down here and 1 tank upstairs, but I've got probably 25 more tanks in my garage that are waiting to come down here. Plus, the 2 that are right here not set up, 2 10-gallons that are over there, and 2 tanks that aren't set up yet.
Are you going to have any salt or brackish down there?
I don't think so. Just because I'm sticking with strictly native fish. I might do brackish, but I haven't considered that really yet. Just because I don't want to run heaters,
Right.
Yeah.
and I
Right.
feel like brackish tanks would need a heater
Yeah.
because it gets down to probably 48 degrees down here in the wintertime. I think 48 was the coldest that I registered on the little thermometer and hygrometer that I've got there to keep track of the temperature and humidity down here.
I see a lot of people using those heat mats for tanks, not just reptiles, but aquariums.
I would not recommend doing that at all.
I wondered how safe they are.
No, you can. It's not safe at all. You can overheat the heat mat because you're trying to read the temperature of water with a heat mat underneath the tank, and
yeah.
the temperature is going to fluctuate to the point where the heat mat could potentially heat up so much that it either could set the heat mat on fire and melt it,
Sure.
or it could break the bottom of your tank because of the heat from the mat itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's not something I would suggest doing.
No, I don't like using it for the reptiles, but it's about the only way.
Yeah,
And some of them, go
we
ahead.
have 17 snakes.
Oh, cool.
So we have a couple of the heat mats, but we have mostly radiant heat panels.
Right. Yeah.
What
And
kind
I
of
have,
snakes do you have?
We have a couple different ball python morphs, and then we have a few different red-tailed boa morphs, BCC boas.
some of the things I'm afraid to use them on, like I recently got that African green bush snake, and I'm just afraid because it likes to lay in the bottom even though there's substrate. So I put the heat pad on the back, and it keeps it warm enough in there. So it get burnt.
Yeah, even enclosures with a substrate, I wouldn't recommend using those heat mats for. That's like the enclosures that we have are the PVC enclosures.
Right.
So a couple of them that we do have the heat mats on, it works for those. But if you're having any substantial amount of substrate or anything in the enclosure, it's not going to heat it up enough to get to the temperature that you potentially need. It's going to end up overheating the heat mat and either setting it on fire or could cause some serious damage.
Right. I didn't know you had me back up there, Pam. It's a good thing I put my pants back on.
I just barely came up.
No problem, Myrtle. Hopefully the fish room will have some more progress coming soon. Just limited on time and ability to work on it and stuff. There's some stuff I gotta do, like I've gotta cut some pieces of wood and shit, and I can't do that at 9 o'clock at night when my kid's sleeping.
No.
It's hard to get it done when he's awake too. So.
Nope.
Thanks for dropping my link, Myrtle. How many reef tanks do you have, Bob?
Hello.
I've only got this is just live rock here, of course.
Yeah.
And then I've got the algae on it. It's horrific. But the fish like it. It's got red algae. I've got this one little 20 long.
Nice.
It's got a few things in it.
What are those, atomic green polys?
Yes.
Yeah. Those things will take over your whole tank.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
A lot of them I don't even remember the names, because I've had them in here since like 2.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I love saltwater and coral and stuff. It just, I when I had my business and everything, and I had all those tanks and shit, I was living with a girlfriend, and like we broke up, and then I had to move abruptly, and the logistics of trying to move 2,000 gallons worth of fish tanks and stuff, and plus the 265 and everything was just astronomical. And I ended up selling everything and took a huge loss. And that's actually what pushed me out of the hobby for, several years.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I
Like
won't be leaving.
My 265, I had between the livestock in the tank and the setup itself, I had probably $65,000 invested in just that tank alone.
Oh yeah.
And I ended up selling that whole setup for $3,000.
Yeah. It is expensive, and I can't even get in here. Oh well. Yeah, you don't make any money off of keeping fish, I
No.
don't think, but sometimes you can make a little bit to help with your food and stuff.
I
Sometimes.
when I was selling corals and everything, I was doing pretty good with it. I would go down to Connecticut, Long Island, Rhode Island, Manhattan, stuff, and go to all the frag swaps and stuff down there, and like
Right.
I would make a couple grand in a weekend profit.
That is nice.
And I had so I used to have an import license and DBA and all that stuff, tax ID number and everything. So I was actually importing coral from Indonesia and Taiwan and the Caribbean and Hawaii.
I need to get about 90% of this moss out of here and find the cave for these geckos.
What kind of moss is that?
It's just whatever it's nothing expensive. It's whatever Java. Yeah. I got a mess of it down here too. Notice I'm keeping the camera up off of the table. Guys, you get out of there. Get.
Yeah, fresh water is a billion times cheaper than salt water for sure.
Get.
Myrtle, I had one fish in my 265. I had one fish that I paid $1,200 for.
Yikes.
Oh, Jesus.
It was
What kind of-
it was a gem tang.
Oh.
So the 265, I had a gem tang, a chevron tang, a purple tang, a yellow tang, and a Red Sea sailfin tang in there.
Nice.
And then I had numerous other fish, but it was my prize tang collection.
I've got one yellow tang.
Yeah.
I had two, but I lost one.
Boy, the cost of them has gone through the roof.
I know. I'm glad I got it.
Yeah, it's the import or the export on them from Hawaii has been banned.
Right. Yep. I watch all the time to see if somebody's taking a tank down and what they have, and
Yeah.
people are holding on to them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I got fry here. Well, juveniles. It's just the super red longfin plecostomus. Some super red pistos.
$1,200 that better do water changes. Well, if it's any consolation, Myrtle, the tank it was in did automatic water changes.
That should.
I had that was my pride and joy, that 265. That thing was set up crazy. Had an apex and everything on it.
Wow.
All the modules that you can get for an apex at the time and stuff. And
It's a punchy paint plants. Got those from UPAM. I need to reset them.
what kind of plant is that?
I think they're dwarf sedge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did 6 pots of them, and that one's covered up. That one hasn't done well. The others are not doing well. Just that one. Oh, and I've got that bowl, that beta bowl that's full of it too. Yeah.
Well, guys, it's almost midnight.
Yeah,
So it's two
I was
here.
gonna say it's almost 2 a.m. here, so I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, I think
Same.
it's that time.
It really is.
It is that time to say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night,
Thanks for coming
everybody.
up,
Thanks, Pam.
and thanks
Thanks
for
for having me up. It's been
super
a
sticker
blast.
things.
Thanks for the tour. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for the tour. That was really interesting.
Hopefully next time I give you guys a tour, it'll be more put together.
You're getting there.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty awesome fish room.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, I will see you Saturday night. Good night,
All right,
everybody.
Good night.
have a good night.
Did I not end the broadcast yet? I didn't. Everybody left.